Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Babbling Bozos podcast.
Hello there.
Today we are doing our week 2 picks, and before we start, we are going to talk about our record last week. So, what was your record last week?
Well, I'll do the rundown of everyone's record,
Okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in this pick'em. 3 people finished 9 and 6. You were one of them. So technically you're at the top right now. I am currently in second, technically fourth, with 8 points. And then 3 other people got 7. They're 7 and 8. And then last place is Trey. And he's at 6 points, which is
Yikes.
a little bad.
Boo! You stink!
That's a yikes.
So yes, he's at the top right now, and I'm technically in second, but really technically fourth. But so
That's because there's a 3-way tie at the top.
yeah. Okay, so let's move into our Thursday night football game this week. It's a banger. I'll let you say who you have first.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm picking the Chiefs, and I don't really think that's controversial.
I think it could be. I mean, the Chargers beat the Raiders pretty handily. I would say the Raiders they're not a terrible team. The Chiefs thumped the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are.
I mean, yeah, I would I be completely shocked if the Chargers won? No. I think these are probably.
I think it's a good game regardless.
I think it's probably 2 top 5, 6 teams in the NFL facing off, so it should be a good game. But I like the Chiefs in this game.
It's gotta be the first time in a long time there's 2 good Thursday night back-to-back games. Usually Thursday night's like a joke
On
game.
paper, because
Yeah.
I mean the Bills kind of.
Yes, but it was supposed to be a good game.
Yeah.
And now you have the Chargers Chiefs, and I have the Chiefs as well. I don't think I picked against the general opinion a single time this week.
There was one game where I was really close to it, but actually there might have been 2.
Are we gonna have all the exact same picks this week?
Might be.
Dude, there's just so many games that are just like, how am I meant to pick?
Okay. Let's just move on to the next game.
Okay, first game of Sunday night or Sunday football. Browns Jets. I took the Browns. I don't think this is controversial.
I also took the Browns.
This is one of those games where I could see the Jets winning, though.
I can agree with that.
I wouldn't be shocked if this was like, okay, it says 95% of people pick the Browns. This could be the game.
A trap game.
Yeah. Especially, I don't even know if it's a trap game. The Browns aren't necessarily.
Who'd the Browns beat last
Panthers.
week?
They barely did it.
That's true. And the Jets, their defense is actually not that bad. So
Not good.
I mean, it's not horrible.
Also, the Browns' pass rush is better than ours. Myles Garrett's going to destroy those tackles.
That's fair. I think the Browns will win. I hope the Jets win, but I think the Browns will win. Also, I just want to point out, I'm wearing this Lamar jersey again because the Ravens won last week. So I'm not superstitious, but maybe just a little stitious.
I got Derrick Henry. He's on my fantasy team, but he sucked last week. Okay, so second game, we have Commanders-Lions. Who you taking? I would like to publicly apologize to Kyle for stating that the Commanders would go 0-17 as they have already won a game.
If there's a team that's going to go winless this year, it'll be the Commanders. That is just an awful take.
Ding, 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 ding.
Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I kind of want to pick the Commanders, but I'm going to stick with my original pick, the Lions.
I picked the Lions too.
Like I said last week, I'm
going to need you to pick someone different so I can pick up one game so we can be tied.
Like I said last week, when it's a close call, I'm siding with the home team. And the Lions did almost come back against the Eagles last week, so I'm going to go with the Lions.
Yeah, I took the Lions as well, like I said. I don't think it's that hard of a call, but who knows?
I don't know, dude. I would not be shocked if the Commanders won that game.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't think the Commanders, Carson Wentz overperformed because the Jags suck. That's just what it is.
I mean, are the Lions that great though?
I mean, they kept up with the Eagles.
But they also gave up 30. They gave up 38 points though.
The Eagles' offense is very good.
The Eagles' offense is good, but the Commanders have some weapons too.
They have a lot of weapons.
Yeah. Terry, Dotson, Curtis Samuel's actually healthy. Gibson had a solid game. I mean, they have some good players.
So. Logan Thomas.
Did he even do anything? I didn't see him.
I think he had like 3 catches, but that's big because he was hurt all last year. So it's good to see him play.
Yeah.
Next game, Tampa Bay versus Saints. I took the Bucks.
I also took the Bucks.
You know what? Changed my pick to the Saints. Just to, I have to pick up a game somewhere.
It's a bold one. It's a bold one.
I have to pick up a game somewhere, and the Bucks are notoriously. I'm pretty sure they went 0-2 against the Saints last year, and the Saints were worse last year than they are now.
In New Orleans too, so you never know.
I'm picking the home team, using his logic against him.
Usually, it's if it's like a close. I mean, the
I don't think
the
this is
Saints
as wide of a margin as the percentages make
the
it out to
Saints
be.
are not any they're not slouches or anything, and I do like Jameis, and I think they have a decent roster. So.
And Zeke was eaten up against the Bucks, the front line. So I mean, I can see Kamara having if he plays.
In his limited carries, yes, Zeke did have over 5 yards per carry. As a Zeke owner, I'm a little sad that they didn't give him the ball more, but
we can talk about fantasy later. When are we going to talk about fantasy? Actually, are we not talking about fantasy at all? We need to have a talk about fantasy. That's one thing we'll do.
During at some point we can have a segment.
Yeah, during
in the other.
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't think to do that. Next up we have Panthers Giants. Who you got?
This was the game I was talking about where I was like tempted to go with Carolina, but honestly,
got to pick the home team when it's close.
Oh God! Plus, Saquon looked great against the Titans, and I mean their defense. I like Wink over there. Shout out Wink. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Giants.
As a Giants supporter from the beginning, I'm picking the Giants.
I did not know you were a Giants supporter ever.
Yeah.
Since when?
I said on the podcast. I said I thought they were going to do well this year compared to how people thought. I remember I told you how Brian Daboll is the one who fixed Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And last week, only 2 quarterbacks had, I think it was like zero throws that were off target. It was Josh Allen and Daniel Jones.
Who?
Josh Allen and Daniel Jones.
Who?
Stop it.
Danny Dimes.
No.
Hey, if he didn't have any inaccurate passes, then he's Danny Dimes.
No. Okay. And yeah, you picked Giants. I picked the Giants. Next game. Ooh, another close game in my opinion. Patriots Steelers. I took the Steelers. Who you taking?
I also took the Steelers.
I think it's again closer than the percentages make it, especially after they lost TJ Watt. That definitely hurts them quite a bit.
That I honestly did consider taking the Patriots solely because of the TJ Watt thing. Because honestly, the Steelers' offense is kind of incompetent. Like it was kind of brutal how bad they were.
And they won't have Cincinnati.
Well, he's not officially ruled out. He could play.
I don't.
But either way, I think the Patriots' offense is just so bad. They're just like maybe even more inept than the Steelers' offense. So just for that reason, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Plus, it's at Heinz Field. That's a tough place to play. And yeah, so for that reason, I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Gotcha. Next up, we have Colts, Jags. Who you got?
I went with the Colts, but this is another one of those games that, judging based off how the Colts played against the Texans, wouldn't be completely shocked if the Jags
Well, this
won.
is a revenge game.
What's a revenge game?
Colts, Jags.
How's it a revenge
Jags
game?
knocked the Colts out of the playoffs last year. Remember, all they had to do was win against the Jags, and they lost.
But this time they have Matt Ryan, not Carson Wentz.
Even though they just recycle the same QB.
Honestly, though,
Phillip Rivers, Matt
Ryan actually looked decent last week, though. So,
I mean, he's got Michael Pittman to throw the ball.
I mean, Matt Ryan is a good play. He's a good player. He's just a little old, He's a little past his prime.
He makes a little questionable decisions sometimes. It's like white Jameis Winston.
I think that the Colts, this is a game they have to have, and their roster is much more talented, in my opinion. So
this is another game where I could pick the Jags, so I'm not going to do it. I already switched one. Next game, we have the bias game. Dolphins, Ravens. Both pick the Ravens. Wow. Will we pick against the Ravens at all this year? What do you think?
Well, if they keep winning, then I can't pick against them because, like I said, little stitches.
So week 4, you're not going to pick against them if we've won all the games up to it?
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Depends how
I'm taking Buffalo.
depends how the
regardless.
standings are looking. Depends how the
Oh,
standings.
so if you're
If I'm,
like
like,
one
way
ahead
ahead-
or like tied,
if I'm like 5 ahead, we're going with the Ravens. Okay, but if it's like really close, I might have to just swallow my pride and go with Buffalo.
We don't even really need to talk
I'm
about
selling
this.
my tickets for that game.
Oh my god, we should have Ravens chat now in the main thing because the Ravens season is happening.
True.
We'll do that as well, and you'll see a Ravens chat video for all of you fans that don't care about the Ravens. Next game.
Wait, this week?
Yeah, we can talk about the Ravens.
Oh, okay, we got a lot to talk about on the pod then, on the other videos.
Well, I mean, a lot of the segments are gonna be like 5 minutes long.
yeah.
So, I mean, like the Orioles chat will be, whatever. Falcons, Rams. I took the Rams. I think this is the biggest percentage.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, the Bills is. The Bills is.
Well, I also picked the
This
Rams.
game feels kind of trappy too, though.
I do like Marcus Mariota. I was talking about him last week. I like Mariota. So I'm be rooting for the Falcons, but I just think the Rams, they gotta have this one too. So this is one of those games you can't afford to lose.
I mean, they can afford, yeah, they go 14-2 or what, 15-2.
15
Sorry,
and 2, it's 17 games.
15-2, that's lit. Next game, I think it'll be a good game, is Seahawks 49ers. Who'd you take?
I kind of want to switch my pick. I'm gonna do it. I'm switching to Seattle.
I was considering doing the same
I'm
thing.
switching to Seattle. I'm switching to Seattle.
This is when I was picking him. I was really close on this one.
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
know.
I feel like I gotta have one upset. So I'm going with Seattle for this game.
I feel like realistically you should have more than one upset in your picks because more than one upset happens each week.
True, but I'm just saying.
But I can't pick that now because you picked it. I don't gain any ground from it.
Well, now you have the favorite, so you have an advantage now.
I took the Niners obviously, so he took Seattle. But
Yeah. I mean, hey, they beat Denver last week. So although it is in San Fran, if this was in Seattle, no hesitation, I would go Seattle. Like not even close. But I'm just gonna go with Seattle just because I want to be different too. But also Geno Smith, that's my guy too. He looked solid for at least in the first half. He looked good.
Yeah. Next up, we got Bengals, Cowboys. I feel like this is a very easy decision.
Yeah, no Dak Prescott easily.
Even with Dak Prescott, they look trash.
But-
I'm on my anti-Cowboys arc, so sorry, all you Cowboys fans. The Cowboys are garbage.
Honestly, even if
Go Bengals.
if they-
not really though.
if they had Dak, I would probably pick them, but just because the Bengals looked, I mean, Joe Burrow did not look good last week. And I know that's against a Pittsburgh defense, but still, I don't know if T. Higgins is going to play
I doubt
too.
he will.
So, if
I think
Dak was
it's one of those
healthy,
games
then-
where last week indicates what's going to happen this week. The Bengals had a bad game last week. They come in this week and they just murder the Cowboys.
if Dak was healthy, I might have picked the Cowboys, but I'm going to obviously go with the Bengals with Cooper Rush. I don't see that happening. I don't see them winning.
Next game, Texans, Broncos. I have the Broncos.
Let's ride. I got the Denver Broncos too.
I said let's ride last week several times, and then I rode to an L.
Well, they were in Seattle, so this time they're in Denver, so they got it.
Should they have kicked the field goal?
Look, man, I think it was Ryan Clark that tweeted it, something like, I'm not paying $256 million to kick
If
that
you're the
field goal."
Ravens, do you kick the field goal?
With that amount of time, I feel like, look, man, I'm just glad I'm not the one that has to make the decision.
As a Ravens fan, if the Ravens are in that situation, I'm kicking that field goal every time.
I think it depends on the conditions.
No, I'm saying in those conditions. You have Justin Tucker.
Well,
I'm
see, the
kicking it.
thing is, though, it's like, if he makes it, then it's like, oh, yeah, great call. But then if he misses it, it's like, dude, what the hell?
I wouldn't do that because I know that we're putting out arguably the best kicker of all
I
time
don't
to win
think
the
it's
game.
not arguable. He is the best.
I mean, he doesn't have the trophy case.
The most legendary, that's a different story. But the best, the most accurate.
Okay, let's change it from the
Yes.
best kicker of all time to the most successful kicker of all time. You know,
Well, what do you define as success? Because I mean,
I guess
Vinatieri had
winning.
Super Bowls.
We could
So
say
accurate. He's the most accurate kicker of all time. That's a fact.
statistically,
Yeah, he is.
the best statistically.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
And we've already seen him do it 66.
Like I said, I mean, that was indoor though. To be fair, although that was in Seattle?
He was,
right?
yeah, it was, but he easily had the distance.
If it was in Denver, yeah, 100% kicking it. because the ball's flying in Denver.
I'm like
But-
kick 64. I know JT can kick 64 no matter like
He
where you're at.
can, but he also could miss too.
Yeah,
It's
he's not gonna kick it short. I know that. It's either he's gonna miss or he's gonna make it.
I mean, he could kick it short. You never know. He's getting a little old. So, I mean, like I said, it's one of those things. I'm glad I'm not the one that has to make the decision. I think either way, I'm okay with it. But I'm saying there's gonna be fans though. Either way, they're gonna be like, "Oh, why'd you kick it?" or "Why didn't you kick it?" So
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I said, glad I'm not the one that has to make the decision.
Next up, Cardinals Raiders.
I have Las Vegas.
Same.
Arizona looked like poo-poo last week, and the Raiders, I feel like Derek Carr just threw some untimely interceptions. They were right in that game with LA, so I think they have a chance to win.
Yeah, I don't
I mean-
think the Cardinals are all that good. So
I mean, I was saying it before. Like, first of all, I think Kyler Murray's overrated.
I think once they get D-Hop
and
back,
I
they'll
think
be better.
I think the Cardinals are one of the most overrated teams in the NFL.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go
Well,
with the
now, right now,
Raiders.
they're probably not. A lot of people are.
Well, yeah,
pooping
but
on 'em.
like before the season.
Yeah.
And I think that the Raiders are kind of underrated. So, and they're at home.
Next
So.
game is a gimme game. Bears Packers.
Is it a gimme though?
Yeah.
Dude,
Wow, the Bears won in a monsoon. Cool.
dude, the Bears are 1-0 and the Packers are 0-1. So that means the Bears are better.
It should be criminal how bad those field conditions were. Like I don't know how that's allowed.
I feel like that's only at Soldier Field.
Well, that's because Soldier Field's the worst field.
Well, like, yeah, I think they have natural grass, not turf.
Well, it wasn't only at Soldier Field. It used to be at the Raiders Field and at Soldier Field, but obviously now the Raiders Field is really
have
nice.
their own, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they also used to play on a baseball stadium, the
Yeah,
Raiders.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I went with the Packers. I feel like, that's a game they should win.
Yeah, I got the Packers as well. Like we said, they should definitely win that game. Next game, okay, this kind of feels like a trap game. Now I'm looking at it. Bills Titans. I took the Bills.
It's not
You took
trap.
the Bills.
The Bills.
Last year the Titans beat the Bills.
This is a new year. No AJ Brown first
New
of
year,
all.
new me.
No AJ Brown first.
They got
of all.
Robert Woods though, and Traylon Burks
They're not AJ Brown. Traylon Burks could be good, but right now he's nowhere near AJ
and
Brown.
Derrick Henry.
Okay, I don't care. The Bills are arguably the best team in the NFL, and the Titans just lost to the Giants. So
Yeah, maybe they bounce back and play better.
this is not the game they bounce back in against Buffalo. No.
If
And
Buffalo
hey-
loses this game, this is getting.
That's the first Monday night. You know what's funny? Actually, we never even said the Sunday night and Monday night
There's
games.
2 Monday night games.
Yeah, there's 2 Monday night. Usually week 1, there's 2 Monday night
Why
games.
is there 2 this week?
I don't know. They didn't have 2 in week 1.
Oh, the last game is a really good game though. It's
Yeah, I
Vikings
know.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I took the Vikings.
I also took the Vikings. Honestly, if the Eagles didn't almost blow it to the Lions, like if they didn't let it come close like that, I might have gone with the Eagles. But also just the way that the Vikings kind of just stampeded the Packers last week.
We're very high on the Vikings on this podcast.
Dude.
We've been this way the whole time.
Yeah. I think they're good, man. I think
agree
Justin
with
Jefferson's the best receiver in the NFL. I really do think that. That's the feds coming for that hot take, even though I don't really think it's that hot of a take.
that. Well, that's all the games. So, I mean, I think we did good last week. At least you did good.
I mean,
Relatively, you're
9-6.
in first.
Not my best.
8-7.
That's not my best week that we've done pick'ems though. But hey, when you're at the top of the leaderboard, you're feeling good, riding high. So we'll see how this week does. Hey, I could be at the bottom next week. Well,
Streak.
not really, because
I was told one of our pickers is having their mom pick the games, so you will not be at the bottom.
who is that?
I'm not going to say who it is.
Why not?
I'll say it off
Off camera, okay.
Okay, so that is all we have for the picks this week. I hope you all enjoy and watch the other videos. They will all be great. Peace.